It was really neat. The seniors, because we do have a lot of kids with cancer that are in school, Borgia and Washington. So the seniors decided that rather than it just being a typical, in-town rivalry game, they did a rivalry for a cause.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Kind of like they do with Steph Litterman.
Yeah, and all the money is going to
Morning,
go to
Steve.
kids with cancer in the area. I know in T-shirts
Lot of
alone,
this morning.
we sold $1,400.
So
worth
which
of
team
T-shirts.
won?
Probably
My daughter pitched.
10 minutes,
was
drag it
around
out to
13.
15, I don't know.
13
It's
girls.
not legal unless it's 15, is it?
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah, no kidding. Took you
I don't
close.
know.
Yeah.
Never
Well, I'll
heard
tell you
that.
what, they
She
tried
under
to-
pressure.
they tried to- I mean, you've never been so lucky to have that.
I know, yeah, that's right.
Because that wasn't that bad a throw.
Call this meeting to order. The Board of Public Works meeting Tuesday, September 11th, 2018, 7:30 a.m. Roll call, please.
John Dietmeyer,
Here.
Mike Ratatek,
Here.
Brad Mitchell,
Here.
Steve Richardson, Steve Struberg,
Here.
Jeff Moheski, Steve Sullentrap,
Too many Steves.
Jeff Patke.
And for the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you all for joining us. Everyone has had a chance to review the minutes. Any comments, questions, changes? Motion to approve.
So moved. Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Minutes approved. Thank you. Well, we have no priority items on the list, but we do have a budget review for wastewater. We all got that in the packet. And I'm sure everybody looked through that line by line. I know I skimmed it. Any important things to look at, Kevin?
Well, actually, this is the budget for water and wastewater both.
Yeah, yeah.
Just so that it'd make it clear that it's both sides, but, it's been reviewed by administration, finance. We've all worked together. We run the departments as tight as we can and as good as we can, and it'll just be another year of, making sure we keep the water where it's supposed to and wastewater where it's supposed to.
That's good. No significant maintenance issues?
Enduro Water Tower will be taken down out of service this coming season and repainted. It's going to be painted the same color as the Crestview Water Tower. All three towers will be the same color when we're done. Other than that, the rest of it's pretty much standard operations.
Okay.
Cost gonna be about the same.
Yeah, it'll end up being, well, no, the cost won't be even close, sorry. Won't be even close to Crestview because the other two towers are not lead-based first coat paint. That's the only reason why Crestview was so expensive was because of that first coat of paint that was lead back in the 70s, so.
So are they gonna still strip it down to iron and,
No, what they'll do, on this one and on Clay Street in the following year, because there's only one coat of paint on the Enduro tank, they'll come in and they'll pressure wash it, clean it real good, and then it'll get a coat of primer, and then the top coat's on that, so.
Okay.
We've got probably 4 more coatings on each tower before we have to worry about taking the paint back down to metal because of the mill thickness of the paint. The mill thickness gets to a point where it just can't adhere anymore, so we've got quite a few years yet before we have to worry about a major cost like what Crestview was.
How often do we actually paint those?
We paint them, it depends. Crestview's got a 25-year life cycle on it, so we shouldn't technically have to repaint Crestview for 25 years, supposedly. But we'll have maintenance on it, so like every second year, or maybe a year and a half, we may have to have somebody come in and pressure wash the bottom of the bowl on Crestview because mold will, even with the paint we used, it can't resist all mold. So we'll have to just do maintenance on it, and it will last a long time. The other two will be the same way. It's going to be exact same paint with the same thing. So it's, in theory, we should get at least 20 years of good coat on our tanks until we have to worry about repaint
So
them.
it'll be a long time
It
before
should be,
those
it's,
those other ones will be
with the new
stripped.
paints, right? As years have gone on, the paint qualities have gotten so much better that they're more durable, they last longer. It's really about doing maybe every year, every 2-year maintenance, just having somebody come in, pressure wash them just to keep them clean, and we should be fine. That's the goal. So,
As long as it doesn't have lead paint.
as long as it doesn't, and we have no more lead paint on any of our towers anywhere, so
That's good.
we're good.
That's good. Any questions, any other questions on the budget? All right, moving on. Any wastewater issues? Nothing?
Nope, everything's going good.
How about water issues?
Other than just replacing a couple lines, we're over on 8th Street now, replacing the water line in between Madison and 47. We've had, this year, I think, 4 water main breaks on that one. So we're putting in a new line, replacing a couple old fire hydrants, putting new ones in. Other than that, it's really, we're in the maintenance mode now, so we'll be taking care of any issues that come up.
How's the fire hydrant painting coming along? I saw some guys painting this week.
Yeah, I try to get it, whenever I have spare time, I try to get somebody out painting them, but I am one employee, well, I'm actually 2 employees, we're actually 2 employees short. One of them is coming back in next year's budget. So I'll have another employee here, and I'm looking at hiring a permanent part-time employee to fill the spot that one of my current employees was in, and that's who does the paint, my fire hydrant painting, usually is the permanent part-time guy. So I'm just waiting to find the right guy to fill that
Are
position.
we pretty much close to being done with that?
No.
No.
Is that something, obviously, where we would be a year from now, but is that something that you could have seasonal, temporary, student, kid, school help in the fall, summertime?
As long as you can find the right one. Fire hydrant painting is easy. It's easy as it can be, except for it's monotonous. So you get started out and they do real good for a while, and then they get bored, and then next thing you know, you have faces painted on fire hydrants. It has happened.
Dietmar looks good on a fire hydrant.
And I don't mean good faces. It's like,
It's hard to find somebody that likes to paint.
yeah. So I try to. What I have found is this is bad to say probably, but what I have found is retired construction workers in the field of water and wastewater just say they were an employee for somebody else that laid pipe and they're retired and they want to stay in the industry to a point. They seem to love to do that. I mean, but on the other side of the spectrum, it's not so good. But anyway, so that's kind of where we're at on that.
Kevin, I guess this is under maintenance, but I know there's a lot of activity going on at the bridge over here on 47. But on 3rd Street, your Mr. Manhole project, is that on the project, that first manhole west of 47? Because a lot of people have been complaining about that manhole being about 2 inches lower than.
Yeah, it is.
I know
Street
it'd be
west
kind
of
of hard to do now with, I guess, Missouri Avenue being closed and.
Yeah, we won't address anything in that area until the bridge is back open. So we're probably looking at, well, it'll be next spring,
season, yeah.
next season. And I hate to keep on saying this, and I know it's a broken record for everybody, but it's a manpower problem too, because it takes 3 to 4 people to do the Mr. Manhole project. When I've only got a certain amount of employees, and it takes 3 to 4 people to replace a new water line. So I'm trying to jockey all this stuff around and not complaining, because we're making it work, but it's some things just have to be kind of shuffled around.
There's a hydrant on Rabbit Trail that's been leaking for months, and it is not a watering system. That's been checked.
Oh, that's that one. It is the watering system.
They swear it's.
I know. It's in their pit. It's in that pit that's in there. But yeah, we've been trying to. We actually shut the fire hydrant off.
It's still
Out of
leaking.
service, and it's still leaking. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is an irrigation thing, but them are battles that I fight slow, carefully.
I would just add something to Steve's question regarding 3rd Street. The city preliminary has received a grant to replace all the sidewalks and curb and gutter and resurface 3rd Street from Jefferson to 47. That's about 3 to 4 years out. So I just would work with Kevin on this Mr. Manhole, because we don't want to do it now and have to do it again. So he may not, he doesn't even know that. I just want to give you all a heads up. It's probably the first thing anybody's heard of it, but we did get the letter a couple weeks ago. So just FYI, 3rd Street will get quite a bit of work done to it in the next few years. And then also, real quick on Oak Street, we did receive we do have a low bid that we're going to be going to council with next Monday. So to get that project done. So if you're getting any questions regarding water line replacements or things like that, that's why the project's taking so long, is because they're waiting on me to get the street stuff taken care of. So, but it's ready to rock and roll, and if council approves, it was under budget, so we're pretty confident.
2 Mondays.
What's that?
2 Mondays.
Oh, 2 Mondays, yeah, there you go, sorry. So, perfect.
All right. Any other discussion on water? Any other business, period? Old business, Crestview Water Tower, still waiting for a bill, right?
Yep, still waiting for an invoice. I've actually talked to them twice. They say they're sending it. My last comment was, well, I don't know where you're sending it because we're not seeing it. But I will still be holding some money because as of yesterday, they still have not they have not correctly repaired the yard work. So until they repair the yard work, I will still be holding our customary percentage on that, but
All right.
the bulk will be paid, but until they get that fixed, there's gonna be some that I'm still holding, so. But that's the only thing that I'm waiting on, is they missed filling in some ruts that they had created, so cosmetic, but it's important to me, so.
And the budget's over the end of October or the 1st of October?
1st of October.
1st of October.
But they
What's
still won't
the
close, they
balance?
won't close it out right away, so we'll.
Balance isn't very much, is it?
It's like a little over 500. We already paid 100 and something for piping and mobilization. It's just the final part of it. Actually, all the work is not paid for.
Oh,
417,695. So a little over 400.
all right.
I'd be asking for that.
Well, they have asked, but I keep on telling them I can't pay it until I see an invoice. I haven't seen an
Yeah.
invoice yet. So, but yes.
I'm not gonna make it 15 minutes.
I know, I don't, I'm out of jokes this morning, too.
Can you sing?
Any other discussion, any other business?
Motion to adjourn.
Motion,
Second.
second, all in favor? Aye. Anybody opposed? No. Meeting adjourned, thank you very much. Next meeting, October the 9th. Brad will run the meeting, I will be out of town, and Steve is gonna make sure his calendar permits him to be here. Or maybe we should call
I
Susan.
will need everybody probably. I'm sure I'll get that invoice pretty soon.
Thank you.
I will need all of you here to prove that.
The guy came out and looked at the thing, and it drives